Hey everyone, Brandon Lee here with VirtualizationHowto, and today I want to share my full hands-on experience with the Beelink ME Pro. And this is a compact NAS and mini PC that Beelink sent over for review in the home lab. This is one that immediately caught my attention when it was announced, especially because of just how well it fits into the direction of my lab personally, the way it has been going lately with smaller, quieter, and more power efficient gear. I have been building out a new 10-inch rack, and this feels like it was almost made for that kind of setup. Now, even though this has a very small footprint, there is a surprising amount of storage flexibility that Beelink has actually packed inside of this little unit, which makes it interesting not just as a NAS device, but as a legitimate home lab server or possibly a storage node going into 2026. So if you want to see what this NAS has to offer, stick around and let's dive right in. And now a word about the sponsor of today's video. Today's video is sponsored by Nekivo. Are you looking for a powerful and reliable backup solution for your home lab or enterprise environment? Look no further than Nekivo Backup and Replication. Nekivo is an excellent data protection software that offers comprehensive backup and recovery options and lets you use your NAS or a simple VM deployment as a backup appliance. Nekivo supports a wide range of environments including Proxmox VE, VMware, Hyper-V, Nutanix, KVM, and EC2 instances, along with SaaS platforms like Microsoft 365. Plus, they offer a free version for up to 10 VMs, and that makes it an ideal choice for both home lab setups and enterprise backups. Before jumping into the hardware, please know that while Beelink sent over this unit for me to review, this is not a paid review outside of receiving the unit from Beelink. As always, my thoughts and opinions are my own. First, let's talk about where the Beelink ME Pro fits into the lineup. You may have already seen my review of the Beelink Mini NAS, which was an all-flash NAS with M.2 drives wrapping around the perimeter of the unit. Very impressive engineering that went into that little unit. The ME Pro is essentially the bigger, more flexible sibling to that system. It adds some pretty interesting options with SATA drive support on top of NVMe storage, which I think opens up a lot more options for capacity, caching, and mixed workloads. Now, what Beelink has been doing lately with these little mini NAS devices really lines up a lot with what many of us want in a 2026 home lab. Lower power draw, less noise, smaller physical footprint, but without giving up modern networking and compute capabilities. After spending time with the ME Pro hardware, I can confidently say that this is not just another budget NAS box that is run-of-the-mill like everything else on the market. I think it delivers on a really high-density storage node, multi-gig networking, and it has also enough compute to act like a small hyper-converged node, really, when we think about it. Many modern NAS devices have really evolved into that space with compute, storage, and networking all built into a single appliance. And I think for home labs, that's incredibly powerful. Now, this is not just something that you are going to stick in a corner for a file server or file storage. It can absolutely run a hypervisor. It can run containers. It can run many services along with your storage workloads. So let's talk about the specs of the Beelink ME Pro, because I think there's a lot going on inside this very small chassis. The unit I received is powered by an Intel Twin Lake N95 quad-core processor, and that processor has a boost speed up to 3.4 gigahertz, though there is also an N150 option that boosts up to 3.6 gigahertz. These are not CPUs that are meant to compete with desktop or server processors, but that's really not the goal here. For NAS duties, a few light containers, and other lightweight services, they fit very well and do so with very low power draw on this ME Pro NAS unit. It also has integrated Intel graphics that are capable of media playback, display output, and hardware transcoding, which makes this a very solid option for running something like Plex or Jellyfin as well. Now, in terms of memory is all the topic these days. In the ME Pro, it comes in either 12 gig or 16 gigs of LPDDR5 memory, which runs at 4800 megatransfers per second. Now, this is soldered onto the board. So that means that this is not upgradable. So that's something you need to keep in mind when planning your workloads. And that said, the available memory, I think, is still enough for a few storage services, a handful of containers, and light multitasking. The soldered on design also helps with power efficiency and thermals. However, storage, I think, is where this system really shines. You get a lot of flexibility in a small package, and that includes two SATA bays that effectively support both 2.5-inch and 3.5-inch drives. So that makes it easy to use high capacity NAS hard drives or SATA SSDs. On top of that, though, there are three M.2 2280 NVMe slots inside the system. Now, what about speeds of those? Well, one of those runs at PCIe 3.0 times 2, the other two run at PCIe 3.0 times 1. So these are not full speed NVMe slots, but they would be perfect as cache drives or fast VM storage, or if you just want to separate out performance tiers from your capacity tiers in the unit. Now, networking is also another very interesting strong point of this unit. The ME Pro includes one 5 gigabit Ethernet port and one 2.5 gig Ethernet port. That's alongside the Wi-Fi 6 as well as Bluetooth 5.4 connectivity. During my Proxmox install, I also saw something really interesting. One of the NICs is Intel based and the other is Realtek, which is something I'm not sure if I've ever seen that before in a mini PC. That gives you the flexibility depending on the operating system you want to run if you run into driver issues. It even opens up the door to installing something like VMware ESXi if you want to do that. However, these days I think the enthusiasm for that has basically come to a standstill. And I love having two physical adapters as you can physically segment traffic if you have the need to do that, or you got various use cases there that you want to separate your storage traffic, virtual machine traffic, and other things that you can do when you have two physical NICs in a system. Now, as for external connectivity, you get a USB-C port with 10 gig data transfer and video output, a USB-A 3.2 Gen 2 port at 10 gigs, and two USB-A 2.0 ports, as well as an HDMI 2.1 port that's capable of driving a 4K display at 60 Hz. Internally, the system uses active cooling with dedicated airflow for the storage drives. It also has anti-vibration mounting for the SATA bays and a modular internal design that looks like it was built with a future platform of flexibility in mind. So this thing is actually designed where you can slide the motherboard tray out and potentially install a whole new system underneath the storage. So it's going to be interesting to see how Beelink really takes advantage of that. Now, physically, the design of the ME Pro is one of my favorite aspects. Compared to traditional 2-bay NAS systems, this one is tiny, has a solid metal chassis which measures roughly 166 millimeters by 121 millimeters by 112 millimeters and weighs about 2.1 kilograms. It really feels more like a mini PC than a storage appliance. I think that will certainly appeal to a lot of home lab users, I think, who want a clean, efficient setup without a lot of bulky hardware. Now, one of the biggest advantages of the ME Pro is the operating system freedom that it comes with. It comes shipped preloaded with Windows 11 installed on the factory NVMe drive, but you're not locked into that at all. You can install Proxmox, you can install VMware ESXi, as we mentioned, you can install TrueNAS, you can install UnRAID, Zima OS, or just about anything else that you want to run on this system. And I think that flexibility is really huge with something like this, especially for lab environments where we continually experiment with different platforms. That in itself is actually part of the fun. Now, the ME Pro came to me packaged really well and very well done. Everything fit neatly inside the unit itself. I thought that was kind of cool how they put all the bolts and the packaging and the cables and adapters, everything was inside the unit. I love the front of this. It actually gives me Fender amp vibes, if you know what I'm talking about there. On the bottom of this unit, there's also a small included hex key tool for disassembly and assembly, though I would definitely recommend that you use your own tool because this one is absolutely tiny. And I found myself just struggling to get my fingers on the key that they provided, keeping it on there and loosening the hex key screws with it. Now, once you remove the magnetic mesh cover, the SATA drive bays are right there, complete with nylon pull tabs that make removing the drive bays easy. I thought that was a nice touch. Beelink also cleverly hides all the screws and cables inside the drive bays during shipping, as we mentioned, and I'm sure that helped to keep those shipping costs down. After removing those boxes, you can see the drive trays and the power adapter, which looks similar to the other Beelink mini PC power supplies. The 3.5-inch drive bays also include heat pads to help with thermal management, so I thought that was a nice touch as well that they threw in there. Underneath the unit, you're going to find the M.2 slots with the factory NVMe drive installed in one slot, and installing drives is straightforward. The SATA drives do require screws, so just keep that in mind. They're not toolless, so you do have to have screws to install those in those trays, but I think everything feels really solid, well thought out, very sturdy and hardy in the build. So I also spent some time poking around the BIOS. Lots of expected options there for CPU configuration, power management, boot settings. Nothing flashy, but I was really glad to see this was like a traditional BIOS. You didn't really have to dig through menus or lots of really GUI-ized BIOS settings. Installing Proxmox 9 was smooth. I didn't have any issues there. The installer detected all the storage without any issues, and it also interestingly saw both the Intel and Realtek network adapters during installation, which was a nice confirmation that the hardware had that flexibility with both of the vendors and NICs being recognized without an issue. Now, after booting into Proxmox and logging into the web interface, the system felt right at home, I think, as a small virtualization node, as storage node. Performance was exactly what I expected for this class of hardware. I mean, this is not a Xeon-based system or Ryzen 9-based system, but it handled the platform without any hiccups. So definitely going to fit those very efficient, light-powered workloads that you want to run. Power efficiency is another area, understandably, where the ME Pro really impressed me for something that's designed to run 24/7/365. I think the power draw is very reasonable. During boot, I did see a peak of around 44 watts, which interestingly was more than I measured at the 100% CPU load. Power consumption at that time was actually around 34 watts. So if you're already moving away from hungry enterprise servers, I think this is going to fit nicely with a mini rack, a mini lab, mini PCs that you probably already have in your home lab environment. All is going to fit well there. As far as pricing goes, the base model of this Beelink ME Pro comes in at $369, which I think is quite reasonable considering the hardware that you get, the engineering, the storage flexibility, the networking. So you're getting quite a bit of flexibility and capabilities in that small package. So wrapping things up, I think the Beelink ME Pro hits a really nice balance between a lot of different things. I think between form factor, performance, and power efficiency. The combination of having those two SATA bays and the 3 NVMe slots opens up a lot of interesting storage designs and configurations that many may want to try, using a mix of NVMe and SATA drives for the capacity tier and splitting those performance between data stores, or building something like a ZFS setup with both caching and storage tiers. I had no trouble running Proxmox on it, and the fact that you can also run TrueNAS, UnRAID, ESXi even, or if you want to stick with Windows 11, that gives you a ton of flexibility right out of the box with basically anything you want to do with this little unit. For me personally, this feels like a perfect fit for my 10-inch rack build, and I'm really tempted to put it into production as a dedicated storage and services node, or maybe a backup target. Let me know down in the comments what you think about the Beelink ME Pro. And if you're thinking about pulling the trigger on one of these, how would you use it in your home lab? Well, as always, thanks so much for watching. Please do like this video, subscribe to the channel for more home lab topics and future tech content. Do stay safe out there, keep on home labbing, and I will see you in the next video.